Is 2 reps in reserve or leaving 2 reps in the tank just as good as training to failure when it comes to muscle building? Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, we're going to dive into that. Is leaving a couple reps in the tank just as good for muscle building as pushing to failure or close to failure? Before I get into this topic, if you guys need coaching, I'd love to help. Coaching is what I do for a living. If you're tired of poor results, please check out the link down below. All right. So this whole concept, it kind of got stirred up, I don't know, last year, that somehow training with 2 reps in reserve or leaving a couple reps in the tank is just as good for muscle building as pushing to failure or near failure. And I'm going to dive into that in this video. It's nuanced. I want to make sure we turn over every stone and give this some reasonable analysis. So first off, in a general sense, I think this is one of the silliest things I've ever heard as far as muscle building. The concept that somehow, if you're further away from failure, that it's just as good as pushing a set harder or deeper. And I'm going to get into the nuance of what it means to push to failure and what you should and shouldn't do in just a bit. But I want to discuss the main point. And that is this kind of toxic belief that's being passed around that, oh, you can just leave a little bit in the tank and you'll be just absolutely fine. And here's why I consider it to be toxic. When it comes to muscle building, we've gotten a little bit away from what bodybuilding is, the heart of bodybuilding. The heart of bodybuilding is really hard training. And that can be hard to quantify. I've seen Dr. Mike make a video, do we need to even train hard, or can we leave a couple reps in the tank to build muscle? The heart of bodybuilding is hard training, however you frame that. Bodybuilding is very much an art form. So you can have a program and you can have 100 different trainees attack that program in 100 different ways. The art of attacking a set matters. So the heart of bodybuilding really is hard training. And hard training really comes down to making every rep count. If you make every rep count, you're going to make that set count. And if you make every set count during your workout, then you're going to make that workout count. You're going to maximize the muscle building process. Now, obviously, we can't maximize every set of every workout. That's unrealistic, but we have to go into the gym with the mindset that we're going to maximize as many sets as we can during that workout. So when it comes to maximizing reps, one thing you'll know after you train for a reasonable period of time is that the deeper into a set you go, the harder and harder it gets. The muscles involved with that exercise are being pushed down, being pushed harder, being pushed further. And if you believe that we just stop 2 to 3 reps shy wherever failure is, that's as good as pushing a set deeper. I don't want to focus on failure here. I want to focus on pushing a set deeper. If you believe that letting up and leaving 2 to 3 reps in the tank is just the same for muscle building as pushing a set deeper, you are on the wrong path. You're on a bad track. Bodybuilding is all about tension and stress and the intensity placed upon a muscle. And if you are going to stop when things are feeling just kind of hard, when you have that muscle just in a good position where you want to give it that little finisher, that extra rep or two where you're really grinding, where the fatigue is setting in and the pain is setting in, and in that zone, in that time, in that space, in your brain, you kind of have this battle going on. This is when you know you should probably continue as long as you can do reps safely. You'll reach a point in a set where kind of there's this voice in your head that's trying to push you to stop, right? It's like, stop, things are getting hard, stop. And it's this mental battle, this mental pushback at that point in time where you try for another rep or two. This is really the golden zone of muscle building. It's not the only thing that matters for muscle building, obviously. But when you are in that zone, the difference between somebody with piss poor results and somebody with really quality results is how are they fighting back when they reach that time and space in a set where their brain is trying to get them to stop, but they push for 1 or 2 more reps. That's really where much of the muscle building magic happens. There is no way you can train your entire lifting career just leaving reps in reserve and never entering into that battle that you can see quality muscle gains. This is not bodybuilding. It does not make sense. And no, the mentality or belief that you can just leave a few reps in reserve and get the same results as pushing a set harder, it doesn't make sense, and it is not correct. Now, I want to add the caveat at the end that this is something we talk about in the massive iron world, something I talk about a lot, and that is every exercise is different. The demands of every exercise is different. We can't treat all exercises equally. Now, in the massive iron world, we don't focus on pushing a set to failure. We focus on pushing a set for maximum safe quality reps. Stop a set when your form starts to break down or when you feel like you might fail on the next rep. This is when you want to stop a set. We don't worry about failure. We want to worry about pushing as deeply as we can while still maintaining good form and keeping a set safe. Like in things like posterior chain movements on squats and deadlifts and good mornings and RDLs, training to failure is just going to beat the living crap out of your body. So there, in that case, you're going to stop a set when form starts to break down or when you can feel stress on your lower back or something doesn't feel right. And for those lifts, you probably are too RIR because it doesn't make sense from a punishment standpoint to take them deeper. Now, in everything else outside of posterior chain movements, the art of taking a set as deep as possible is going to be extremely valuable to you when it comes to muscle building. There are other factors involved, but if you are in that tube, you're pushing and trying to train hard, you're going to get +1. You're going to get progressive overload. You're going to get strength increases. In that zone, though, you want to focus on controlling the weight. You want to focus on controlling the eccentrics, not overslowing them, but you want to be in control of the weight. You want to focus on mechanical tension. You want to focus on getting as much as you can out of that rep. You want to focus on rep quality. And when you add in those last couple of reps at the end of a set that you wanted to quit on, you are increasing the overall set quality because you're adding 2 reps at the end that have a higher rep quality, that have a higher intensity quality. This is one reason why I focus on rest pause training a lot in the massive iron world. We don't do it on every exercise, but I offer my clients the opportunity to do some rest pause work because what you do is you push a muscle to the limit and then you rest 15, 10, 20 seconds. Before that muscle gets a chance to recover, you beat it down again. Then you let it rest for 10, 15, 20 seconds and you beat it down again. What we're doing is we're increasing the overall rep quality. So the bottom line is when you are focused on leaving 2 RIR, 3 RIR, because some guru or internet expert or fitness influencer told you it's the same as training a set deeper, it's not, because what you are doing is you're slicing off, you're capping off, you're removing 2 of the hardest, most quality reps from the set and reducing the overall rep quality and set quality for that exercise. And if you do this on every set of every workout, you are reducing your overall workout quality and you are reducing your overall muscle building potential from your training. So guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.